John Locke. British philosopher and European Enlightenment thinker. Locke was born on August 29, 1632 in the village of Wellington in Somerset, a place about 12 miles from Bristol. He was baptized on the same day. Shortly after his birth, the Locke family moved to Pensford Township, 7 miles south of Bristol. John Locke's father was also named John Locke, was a solicitor clerking as a magistrate in Somerset. He served as an officer in the parliamentarian troops during the English Civil War. Locke's mother, Agnes King, was the daughter of a tanner. It is said that she is quite beautiful. Locke's parents were Puritans. In 1652, he was admitted to Oxford University, and his father very much wanted him to join the church. As a result, although John had a lifelong interest in church affairs, he preferred to study medicine. Locke's major breakthrough came in 1667 when he became the personal physician and secretary to Anthony Ashley Cooper, later Earl of Shaftesbury. On October 28, 1704, Locke died of illness as his health continued to deteriorate. Buried in a churchyard in High Laver, East Essex, Locke never married and left no children. Although Locke experienced many historical events such as the Restoration, the Great Fire of London, and the Great Plague in London, he still did not live long enough to see his ideas implemented. The development of both constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy was still in its early stages in Locke's time. In terms of epistemology, Locke, George Berkeley, and David Hume are listed as representatives of British empiricism. At the same time, Locke also made important contributions to the theory of social contract. He developed a theory of the state of nature that differed from Thomas Hobbes's. It holds that government can only be established with the consent of the governed, and only when the people's natural rights to life, liberty, and property are guaranteed. Their rule will be legitimate. These ideas greatly influenced the founding fathers of the United States. Let us take a look at the classic quotes left to us by the father of British liberalism. Power cannot be privately owned, and property cannot be publicly owned. Otherwise, mankind will enter the door of disaster. In an uncultured person, courage becomes rudeness, knowledge becomes pedantry, wit becomes amusement, simplicity becomes rudeness, and gentleness becomes flattery. There are many hardships in life, so we should not be too sensitive to every slight injury. In the face of life's hardships, mental strength and indifference are our best weapons against evil and life's accidents. Even the most profound remarks may not leave a good impression in the minds of others, even if they are victorious in debates, if they are said in a rude, arrogant, or noisy manner. Just follow this rule well, that is, don't look down on yourself, and don't look down on others. The purpose and function of etiquette is to make people's original stubbornness become pliable, to make people's temperament gentle, to make them respect others and get along with others. We should not think so highly of ourselves that we overestimate our value, nor should we think that we should have an advantage in front of others, just because we have certain strengths that others do not have. We should only act within our responsibilities, humbly accept what others have to offer us. Humility does not obscure their talents or diminish the power of their reasons. On the contrary, it can bring them better attention and make what they say more acceptable. The purpose of the law is to protect and relieve the innocent by applying it fairly to all persons subject to it. Do not pity children every time you see them suffer a little bit, or let them pity themselves. We should try our best to help them and comfort them at this time, but we must not pity them. The authority of custom is boundless. If we want to be able to work and be happy, we must first have health. Intellectual education can only be a supplement to moral education, and learning can only be used to assist moral character. For people with a good heart, learning is helpful to both virtue and wisdom. For people with a bad heart, learning will make them change worse. The trick to learning a lot is not to learn a lot at once. The soul loves truth more than the eyes love beauty. Children cannot be taught well by using rules. Rules will always be forgotten by them. Once a habit is successfully developed, there is no need to rely on memory, and it can take effect easily and naturally. Educational mistakes are more serious than other mistakes. Mistakes in education are just like mismatched medicine. If you make a mistake the first time, you can never make up for it by the second or third time. Their shadow will never be washed away for life. The ability to accept responsibility is the measure of a person. Only with a healthy body can you have a healthy spirit. The other appetites of children should be carefully suppressed, but curiosity should be carefully encouraged. Although spring water can be shared, who can deny that the water in the pitcher belongs only to the person who draws it? There will be no tomorrow for those who abandon today, and yesterday is nothing but running water. A sure characteristic of the love of truth is that we never accept any proposition more than the evidence suggests. The reason why people are so different is because of education. No one can give more power to others than he or she has. Contempt or lack of proper respect can be shown in demeanor, words, or appearance. If the same persons had the power of making and executing laws, there would be great temptation to human weakness to seize upon power, by which they could exempt themselves from obedience to the laws they had made, and in making and executing them, adapt them to their own private interests. Interrupting and arguing are also not in line with etiquette. Interrupting others when they are talking is the biggest offense, because we respond to others before we know what they are going to say. If it is not reckless or stupid, it is a clear indication that the person is tired of listening to the other person and does not want the other person to continue talking. Our income is like our shoes. If they are too small, they will squeeze our feet and cause pain. If they are too big, we will stumble and fall. Good character is real wealth, and it is enhanced by good education. Knowledge ultimately comes from experience. Most people make a major mistake in educating their children. That is, they do not accustom the children's spirits to abide by restraint and obey reason when they are at their weakest and most easily controlled. Whatever you worry about controls you. Behind great wealth, there are often sins hidden. Don't let others know what's on your mind. A healthy body means a healthy mind. A nation that does not respect individual private property actually values sovereignty. This can only be explained by schizophrenia. Think about it. Humans are stupid enough to carefully avoid skunks or foxes that might cause them harm, but not worry about the threat posed by lions to their safety. Anyone who wants to be popular with everyone must have movements that are not only powerful but also graceful. Being solid is not enough. Even if it is useful, it will not help. No matter what you do, you must have an elegant method and attitude to appear beautiful and be liked by others. The great responsibility for everything is virtue and wisdom. Where there are no obligations, there are no rights. Political society is established for no other purpose than to secure everyone's ownership of property in this life. Children's curiosity is just a desire to pursue knowledge. So it should be encouraged, not only because it is a good phenomenon, but also because it is a good tool prepared by nature for them to eliminate their innate ignorance. If it is not easy to ask, and ignorance will turn them into a stupid and useless animal.